Welcome back to the Super Scoop Podcast. This is episode 59. And today, you guys seen already who won the Super Bowl? Now we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. So, first things first, it was an interesting game. It was more of a defensive game, kind of like the Rams Patriots. And but this one was a little bit better. Now, Brock Purdy did not do well. Christian McCaffrey had a pivotal fumble, and in overtime, the Niners took the ball first, which I think was the big mistake, because I guess they didn't know the playoff overtime rules, which is terrible. Kyle Shanahan has blown another 10-plus point lead in Super Bowls, and it's sad. Now, there were some questionable things that had happened. Like, for instance, the one thing was Travis Kelce went up and scared Andy Reid and almost gave him a heart attack. That was very classless of Travis Kelce. I have respect for him, but you don't do that to Andy Reid, who's a great and phenomenal coach and person. It was not cool at all. After the regulation, the Niners lost because McCole Hardman was open for that one touchdown that sealed the game for them. Christian McCaffrey was pretty much the player of the game for the Niners. Now, for the Chiefs, I'm going to give the game to their whole defense because, I'll give it to Spags, who also just reached a new deal with them, which is good. But yeah, he coached up one hell of a game on defense, and he really had Purdy in shambles. George Kittle only had 4 yards. He had 2 catches for 4 yards. Deebo Samuel, don't know what he had, but it was not a lot. And sadly, Brandon Ayuk didn't have many catches. So Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel all combined had about 86 yards, while Nelson Aguilar had 9 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. So that's pretty sad to even think about. Now, the next thing is that there was a lot of holding on both sides that were missed, especially on the one on Nick Bosa where he literally held around him like that, and that's why Nick Bosa was like pretty much falling to the ground because he was held. But there was also holding on the Niners too that were not called. But overall, the Chiefs wanted it more. McCaffrey's fumble in the beginning definitely was pivotal because they scored off of it right after, I think. Anyway, Brock Purdy just didn't play that well. Mahomes literally ran laps around Purdy, but Jalen Hurts outperformed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl last year and lost. But I guess the media will never bring that up. You can't take away Jalen Hurts in the biggest game of his life, outperforming one of the best quarterbacks probably of all time with how Mahomes already has his career going, getting his 3rd ring. And congratulations to the Chiefs. Can't believe Taylor Swift got to celebrate that with Kelce. But yeah, it was a pretty good game. I would have loved to enjoy it if it was the Eagles in there, but again, that's pretty biased, and that's not how it happened because they gave up on themselves. And yeah, we got beat by the Bucks. But hopefully next year we can do better, which I hope and have faith in we will. There's going to be a lot of free agent linebackers, safeties, which we definitely need. I hope we re-sign Swift, and apparently Hassan Reddick has granted permission to a trade, but he has not asked for a trade, so that he wants an extension with Philly. The Eagles also signed Julian Aquara, I believe, from the Lions. He's an outside linebacker / edge. I think that's pretty solid signing. I hope that doesn't mean that we're moving away from Reddick, because he's still got gas in the tank. He's still a great player. He's had 27 sacks in the past 2 seasons. Like, come on now. Now, to get into the sad news. A moment of silence for the people who have been injured and killed in the shooting that happened at the Super Bowl parade for Kansas City. It was brutal. There were shooters there. Sports or anything that is a hobby like that should never be taken to the point where there are lives in stake. And my heart goes out to all the families who are involved in the shooting, and especially the families who have lost the people because of the shooting. And it is very, very horrible to see. And I mean that with a heavy heart, that it was pathetic that there was shooters at the parade. 10 have been injured, 1 has been confirmed dead, but then the update was a young fan heard the gunshots and hopped the barricade, scraping his head on the concrete. And Andy Reid comforted him by giving him a hug, and Andy Reid for that. That was amazing. Children's Mercy Hospital is treating 11 children for injuries from the Super Bowl parade shooting. 9 of them suffered gunshot wounds. It's horrible. And a mom is confirmed to be dead during the parade. She was wonderful, and a local DJ who did everyone's weddings. She was so full of life, and she was taken away too early because people have no self-respect or care about anyone else but themselves, and take it out on others because they're suffering and miserable themselves. So, I mean, with a heavy heart, that I feel for those who have went through this horrible event, and shit like this should not have happened. Excuse my language, but it gets me so mad that has happened to begin with. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please join the Discord in the description down below. I'm also streaming, so if you're interested in that, join my Discord. I won't put it in the link below, but my channel, I'll comment below in the comments, so you'll see my channel. I mean, you see it in maybe all the videos. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please pray for the families and victims of the shooting, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl and had a safe time. Please stay safe out there. God bless, and peace.